There's a moment in every manager's life when they've experienced this. You roll out a new process, you explain it clearly, everybody nods their head, they say they're on board, and then nothing happens. And you think to yourself, why are they resisting this? Why is this so hard? Why won't they just do it? Have you ever been there? Let's make this simple. Your people aren't resisting change. They're resisting what change costs them. And this is where that Gleischer formula is incredibly blunt. Remember that dissatisfaction times vision times first steps has to be greater than resistance. Resistance isn't attitude, and it isn't defiance, and it isn't laziness. It's psychology. And if you as a leader do not know how to melt resistance, then the entire equation collapses. And when the equation collapses, so does your ability to create change. I'm Chris Hunsaker, and this is the Dealership War Room. Leadership fire, 7 minutes, built daily, fueled intentionally, and delivered relentlessly. And today, we're going to look at how do you melt resistance without force. You're in the war room now, so let's go. There's a myth in automotive retail leadership that people resist change because they don't want to work. That is absolutely false. Here's the truth. People resist change because it threatens something that's important to them. So let me share with you the 5 forms of resistance that absolutely kill momentum in a dealership. Number 1, loss of competence. I don't know how to do it yet. Your employees will resist anything that makes them feel slow, clumsy, unsure. New scripts, new follow-up processes, new CRM expectations, instant competency threat. And that is why oftentimes your best people are the most resistant. Number 2 is loss of control. Having change done to them and not choosing change. Human beings hate losing control. They hate losing agency. And if change feels like it's being done to them, then they're going to push back, even if the change is good and for their good. Number 3 is loss of identity. This isn't who I am. Think about it. When you ask a salesperson, a good salesperson, who is one of those closers, freewheeler guys, and he's a great closer, and all of a sudden you start asking him to work in a structured process, that's not resistance to process. That's resistance to identity expansion. That's where the resistance is coming from. 4 is loss of certainty. Will this even work? They've seen, this is so true in dealerships, in a dealership environment, where they've seen 37 different change efforts fail. They're not resisting you, they're resisting history. Number 5, and this is critical, loss of time. This sounds way harder than what I've been doing because any new behavior looks harder and more time consuming at first. And their brain is always weighing the comfort of the old way versus the discomfort of learning a new way. And you know which one is going to win. That the old way is always going to win without intentional, focused leadership, which is why we're talking about this today. Here's the key. You don't melt resistance through force. You melt resistance through understanding, confidence, and momentum. You lower resistance by increasing the clarity, reducing the amount of fear, making the first step simpler and easier to go through, creating some small wins, supporting a sense of confidence, involving them in the process, and reinforcing the identity. Because when resistance drops, even slightly, it changes the entire equation. Remember, D times V times F has to be greater than resistance. And when you make that slight drop in resistance and the equation shifts, that is when the team moves. So now let's cross the execution bridge. Let's turn insight into action. And what I'd like you to do is pick one department or one person where you're feeling resistance. And you know who that is. It's coming to mind right now. It's one that we often avoid and walk away from. But figure that one out. Where is a person? Where is a department? Where is a team where you're feeling resistance? And just put them together and write that person or that department down. Then just ask each of these 5 questions to mirror the 5 problems. Number 1, what are they afraid of losing? Number 2, what part of the change seems unclear? Number 3, what seems too big or too fast? Number 4, how can you create a small, quick win that's going to reduce the fear? And then finally, number 5, what can you do to support their competence, to reinforce that they're creating competence and you're creating an identity? You write down the answers to those 5 questions and you will immediately know your next move, because resistance is not the enemy. Resistance is the roadmap. It's like objections. Once someone brings up an objection and you get to the real objection and you overcome that, you close the deal. And that's exactly what we're doing here. We're closing the deal on your vision for change. And if you want help diagnosing resistance, creating clarity, and turning it into forward momentum in your store, You want to become a real ninja at melting away resistance without force? Then go ahead and type the word or send the word change to the number that you see on the screen, and we'll give you instant access to our AI execution assistant, our ChatGPT bot that will absolutely make you brilliant. This is your partner in building momentum, melting resistance, and creating real results, moving the numbers in your store. And all you have to do is text the word change to the number you see on the screen. Tomorrow is episode 200. Hard for me to believe we've made it that far. And this one's going to be great. Do not miss this. We're going to share with you the Change Leaders Code. This is the ultimate cheat code where we put all of this together so you can have unbelievable certainty that no matter what you need to address in the store, no matter what you need to change in the store, no matter where you need to go, you will be able to sit down, analyze, and predict with absolute clarity and certainty whether you will or will not be able to create this change. So for today, I want you to go out, create some leadership fire in your team, really start mastering the art of melting resistance. Quit complaining, quit whining, quit yelling, quit screaming, and look and say, this is just like sales. I have an obstacle. I have an objective. My job is to overcome the obstacle and close the sale. And that's exactly what you're doing. You have a vision for excellence in your store. You absolutely want to optimize. You know what you need to do. What you're lacking is the ability to overcome the resistance and close your people on a mindset and a belief and a skill set that's going to help you sell more cars, parts, and service for a higher variable margin. So go out today, start mastering the art of melting resistance, and I'll see you tomorrow in the Dealership War Room.